MAGA, you really are the most pathetic cult of contradictions where you're all about freedom but can't handle someone being free to exist without fitting into your little box of what's normal. You guys wave your dumb little flags around and scream about liberty while trying to legislate every uterus, every classroom, every bathroom, and every border like it's your own personal police state. You guys claim to be pro-life always while frothing at the mouth to control a woman's body, but then turn right around and cheer when another unarmed black kid gets shot dead by a cop. Where is your precious life then? Oh, that's right. It only matters before birth. After that, they can starve, get shot, or get deported. Just don't ask you to pay a dime in taxes to help them out, right? You pound the Bible to justify your hatred of LGBTQ people as if Jesus ever said a damn thing about who someone loves. But the moment a kid gets shot in school, suddenly your God is silent. Suddenly it's thoughts and prayers, right? Not policies and change. You're all for saving the kids, unless one of those kids are trans, gay, or just trying to exist without your hateful ass breathing down their neck. And let's talk about immigrants. You want them out? Sure. Except for the ones building your houses, cooking your food, or cleaning up after your lazy, entitled, bootlicking asses. You scream about law and order, but where's your law and order when McDonald Trump's out here robbing the country blind or making a cryptocurrency where he pockets millions? When he's pardoning criminals, looting the government, and letting his cronies run wild? Oh, that's right also. You don't care because as long as he hates the same people you do, he gets a free pass. You say you love America, but the moment someone wants to learn actual history, the kind that shows how this country was built on the backs of enslaved people and immigrants, you lose your damn mind. You want schools to teach whitewashed fairy tales while banning books that make you feel uncomfortable. You call yourself patriots, but you can't even handle the truth. MAGA, you're not patriots, you're not Christians, you're not even pro-life. You're just a bunch of fragile, angry hypocrites who can't stand the fact that the world is moving on without you.
What does he think? We're stupid? And the people online that are trying to pretend that we are the ones betraying Trump for holding him accountable to his promises that he made to us when we voted for him, when we encouraged other people to vote for him. You're pretending that we're the ones that are problematic? This level of gaslighting that's taking place. You got Laura Loomer out there saying, screenshot every tweet that's against Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You better start capturing Donald Trump's tweets that are going out right now because they seem pretty against Donald Trump's ideas of yesteryear. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-oh, MAGA Mike Johnson, where did you go? MAGA Mike Johnson has been stunned into silence. I don't think he's made a public appearance since late July because he is hiding right now as he knows we the people are demanding the Epstein files. We the people want to know about Donald Trump's connections with Epstein. We know that Donald Trump, MAGA Mike Johnson, and this whole MAGA apparatus has been engaged in a massive cover-up. You've made things worse, MAGA Mike. You done messed up, MAGA Mike, because now what we've seen Donald Trump do is aid and abet what appears to be witness tampering as he's moved convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell from her Tallahassee prison, where she was sentenced to over 20 years because she's a convicted sex trafficker. He moved her over to a facility at Camp Bryan, Texas, next to Texas A&M's college campus, where that community is protesting the intrusion of a sex trafficker into their peaceful community, into a minimum security facility. But that was after, of course, Trump's DOJ gave Ghislaine Maxwell what's called use or proffer immunity, queen for a day, for all of these statements that she made to Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney, Todd Blanche. But MAGA Mike, you know this. And now the House Democrats are saying, we demand the Epstein files. The House Republicans are trying to delay the MAGA Republicans in the House Oversight Committee. Your buddy, MAGA Mike, James Comer delayed Ghislaine Maxwell's deposition, which was supposed to be scheduled for about a week and a half ago. But you're just going to make things worse for yourself. We're not going to forget about having her deposition be taken under oath. We want to see what the hell she said. We want to hear, more importantly, though, rather than her, we want to hear from the victims. You ain't tricking anybody, MAGA Mike and James Comer. You think you were going to have Bill Barr testify for a deposition earlier this week, and you thought that we were not going to ask? Why isn't Alex Acosta being deposed? You know, Donald Trump's buddy, the guy Donald Trump made the labor secretary during Donald Trump's first term. You know, the guy who was the United States attorney during the Bush administration, who gave Epstein the sweetheart non-prosecution agreement that also benefited Ghislaine Maxwell because she's using it in her petition to the Supreme Court requesting certiorari to dismiss her criminal case, saying Trump's guy, Alex Acosta, who you MAGAs think that we're not going to demand that deposition be taken. By the way, he's still in your Bible study group. How godly. He's still in your Bible study group. Yeah, we look at who's in whose Bible study group. We know you're still talking to him. Well, he doesn't get deposed. We want to hear what Alex Acosta has to say, MAGA Mike. But look, MAGA Mike's, I'm just going through the record right here. MAGA Mike spoke on July 21st, 2025, before recessing Congress. MAGA Mike said, we have to give Donald Trump space. That's why you shut down Congress. An entire branch of the American government was shut down so y'all could cover up a sex trafficking pedo ring. You sickos. But here's MAGA Mike says it in his own words. He goes, we needed to give Donald Trump his space to figure out what he needs to do. Listen to him. July 21st, 2025. Play this clip.
So here's what I would say about the Epstein files. There is no daylight between the House, Republicans, the House, and the President on maximum transparency. He has said that he wants all the credible files related to Epstein to be released. He's asked the Attorney General to request the grand jury files of the court. All of that is in process right now. My belief is we need the administration to have the space to do what it is doing. And if further congressional action is necessary or appropriate, then we'll look at it.
Welcome to America, where 2 months ago it was everyone come to D.C. for the military parade. See how beautiful it is. And now it's everyone stay away from D.C. so the military can clean up this crime-ridden cesspool. Where I'm watching the people who said, why are we sending our money overseas when we could help our homeless? Now scream, it's about time, as police rip up tents of the homeless. Where Reagan performed in drag, but now drag is the left's perverted sexual fetish. Where Reagan was a male cheerleader, but now it's, what is this world coming to? Because the Minnesota Vikings have male cheerleaders. Where we defund shelters and complain that people sleep in the streets. Where people are hungry, so we defund food banks. Where we defund foreign aid, because we should help our hungry here, but we also defund food banks here. Where U.S. farmers benefit from foreign food aid, so we shut it down. Welcome to America, where it's fast food jobs are meant for teenagers, and it's I want fast food available 24/7. Where people who went to college and send their kids to college tell you that college is a liberal Marxist indoctrination center. Where the folks who had the means to pay for college say nobody needs help or relief to pay for college. Where we can give student debt relief to ICE agents, but nobody else. Where the folks who screamed Kamala Harris didn't do a thing as vice president sure are quiet as J.D. Vance enjoys his 7th vacation in 8 months. Welcome to America, where it's perfectly fine for taxpayers to cover JD's 7th vacay in 8 months, but also, how dare Kamala Harris spend $500 on cookware? Where the folks who say back the blue and respect the flag, beat the blue with a flag. Where throwing a sandwich at the blue gets you a felony, but beating the blue with the flag gets you a pardon. Welcome to America, where the grocery store wanting you to wear a mask during COVID was communism. But folks refusing to identify themselves while wearing a mask is freedom. Where it's patriots don't wear masks. And those guys have to wear masks because they're patriots. Where the don't tread on me folks say just comply. And the ones who say you can't identify as something you're not, identify as good patriotic Christians when they are none of those things. This land is your land. This land is my land.
Dear friends of Dead Fools Club, the following speech might shock you, because what is meant as a satire might come true, and it may not take too long. This is your favorite German fool speaking. Please like, comment, and share, because we will not allow anybody to suppress this content. My dear fellow citizens, our wonderful country is under attack. Attack from the inside by sinister forces despising our core values and beliefs we hold so dear. And from the outside by the envious, by the lazy and the comfortable, by the freeloaders near and far, despite all of what we have done for them over the decades. Who was it but us who made them strong and wealthy? Now they bite the hand that fed them. My dear fellow citizens, I can hear you. I feel your outrage. We cannot and we will not let them pull a great country into the dirt. We will fight back. I will fight back. I will make this my sacred mission, and I will not stop. Whatever it takes, no matter what sacrifice I have to make. For you, the good people out there, and our beloved country. Our forefathers knew You never change your horses in the middle of a raging stream. You fight yourself through, you never give up, you surpass yourself, and you will not rest until you reach the safety of the shore. I don't ask for much. I only ask you, the people, to grant me the right to lead you out of these raging waters. And I promise I will not rest until we have reached the shore. Whatever this means for me, because I am nothing more than your humble servant. This is not the time to waste our energy on election campaigns. What could they tell us that we don't already know? We know this whole system is tainted. We know who our enemies are and that they will once again try to steal our victory. We cannot let this happen again. We will no longer accept to be fooled by a rotten and corrupt elite. We, the honest and hard-working people of our country. Hard times need determined measures. Grant me the right to be your leader for one more term. Look at what I do and then judge me later. And I will listen. The moment you don't need me anymore, I will put my legacy into good hands. From the mighty forests in the east to the sunny beaches in the west, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf, we will be great again, freed from the chains of the globalist parasites, those who reject God and suck our blood like leeches. One day, and this day is not so far away, we will be free again. And proudly we will turn our heads to the flag and shout, "We are great."
Stop what you're doing right now. Do not scroll, because this is a break from the I'm looking for a wife thing, okay? I want you right now, after watching this video, I want you to delete every Trump supporter in your life, whether it's family, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your friends. These people are absolutely out of their freaking mind, and that's why this country is going to hell in a handbasket, because these MAGA morons voted for this guy a second time after they were fooled in the first time when he somehow got elected. It was probably a fixed or rigged election anyway, and he didn't build a wall and have Mexico pay for it. What happened to that promise? Lie. He didn't lock Hillary up. Lie. He's got twice impeached. He's got 34 felony convictions and nothing happened to him. He's got a bunch more indictments coming. He's going to be impeached again. And these people still support this moron. And these could be the very friends you know, and they're warped. I won't mention names, but I was talking to a friend I have in New York for over 40 years. And I know they're MAGAs, you know? I know it. And I know the warped thinking of these MAGA people. I deal with them every day. The country's dealing with them. People are moving to Vietnam, to Rosie O'Donnell, to Ireland, you know, and happy to her sanity, for saving money, moving to Poland, moving to Kuala Lumpur, because I'm going poor, right? But these people are literally warped. I was having a conversation about, I used to be a radio personality, about a radio guy named Phil Hendry that used to be the man of 1,000 voices. He would fool the people in the cars, except the ones that were in on the trick, that he was the phone caller. He would get a subject that would get people upset enough to call. Well, he did the voice once of a campaign manager for Bob Dole when he was running for president. May he rest in peace. And he did a thing where the campaign manager said, nicotine is good. We're going on the Dole campaign. We're going to stop at every elementary school in the Florida area and hand out cigarettes to the kids. And he would do the fake voice to get people at home upset. And he would be the announcer. He said, well, really, I mean, it's kind of wacky. I mean, cigarettes to young kids, right? Kind of harmful. And, but what kind of cigarette do you start off, let's say, a second grader, a kindergarten to first grader? What do you do? He said, we usually go with like a Marlboro Light, and 'cause that's something light to get the kids started and hooked. And then we build them up to the no filters and the 100s and the cigars and all that. But we're going to start off tomorrow for the Dole campaign. Fighting for nicotine should be safe in this country. Forget the Surgeon General, right? The answer from my MAGA friend was, okay, and of course people got upset at that because that was the shtick, to get people. But he was doing the voices of the campaign manager and the announcer and some of the people that were upset on the phone. He was the man of 1,000 voices. She said, if that radio show existed today, they would be getting people upset about a lot more harmful things than cigarettes are. All right, that's possible. There are a lot more harmful things in this world than cigarette. And I asked her, ready for this? I asked her, like what? She says, like allowing drag queens to go and talk to the kids, or maybe, entertain them or whatever, or just come to the school for a visit. I mean, drag queens are great performers. They do shows. You pay big money. I've seen them. I mean, they put burlesque to shame, right? Some of them do Barbra Streisand. I mean, they're really entertaining people, but they're people. They're human beings. What is harmful? I mean, this is the world we live in. There are gay people. There are women who enjoy women, or be with women partners. There's nothing wrong. Lesbians, there's bisexual people. There's transsexuals. They're all people, human beings. This is not harmful to people's health, but that's how these MAGA thinks that this shouldn't be. Keep this from the kids. Kindergarten kids should find out. They're first learning about people. As if the other people aren't people, right? They're not people. They're drag queen. They're freaks, right? That's the MAGA thinking because of the Trump way of thinking, and ban all this stuff from the school and ban it from employment and military, whatever he's got in these MAGA minds that voted for this moron, right? The drag queen are more dangerous. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's see. Well, hi, kids. My name is Donna from Ghana. Diana from Guyana. And I'm here to tell you that I'm really a man, but I wear a costume because I put on a show and entertain you. And I'm here to send a message that cigarettes do never smoke. Don't even start. Don't let your friend talk about it, because I don't smoke and I'm healthy because smoking causes cancer. But seeing me in this drag or this show. Now, some people might tell you, like your parents who voted for our president, what a wonderful man he is, young children. They might tell you that we're not people. We're freaks. We're not human. But I have a heart. I have emotions. I'm people and I'm kind. I'm here to tell you to spread the message. Don't smoke. Don't start violence. Create peace in the world. But the fact that I'm what we call a drag, I'm dressed in drag. I'm not suggesting that you do that. Do what makes you happy as an individual. But this is what makes me happy. And that's why we're here, to show off different lifestyles that exist in the world around us. Boy, that's harmful, isn't it? Hang on. Boy, wasn't that harmful, huh? Final message to your MAGA friends. It's you and your thinking that is what's dangerous for the kids.
Fox News host Dana Perino is wildly triggered by Gavin Newsom's tweets ridiculing Donald Trump. And this is proof that it is working. We already spoke earlier. Gavin Newsom's tweets ridiculing Trump with the hyperbolic scare quotes and capital letters have made Trump turn on a dime, and he's no longer putting out those posts. Trump's posts are now written in normal syntax, not capitalizing the entire thing or not even really capitalizing random words. It got to Trump. It has rattled Trump. But Dana Perino is insisting it's so lame. It's so cringe what Gavin Newsom is doing. How doesn't his wife tell him to stop it, Gavin? And this is more proof that this is working. They don't know how to handle it.
The other thing is, or the debate, the other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if you really, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious.
You know, it's incredible how they just don't seem to get it. Newsom is too unserious to be a contender for the presidency because of the tweets he's putting out. But the guy whose tweets they are modeled after, Donald Trump, who's been doing it for a decade, he's not too unserious by doing it in a real manner. Trump is serious when he puts out those types of tweets. Newsom's just making fun of Trump, but somehow the one making fun of the tweets has disqualified himself, but the guy who spent a decade putting the tweets out hasn't debased himself and is still a legitimate president. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.